Hello there, this is a tutorial on how to set up Libsm64 with Unity, because quite frankly the documentation is not very good. I mean, it does kind of say what you need to do, but it also kind of doesn't work, because it misses out a step. Anyway, first you're obviously going to need Unity Hub. I've set this up at my computer at my mother's house, but I'm at my dad's. So, I've just reinstalled Unity. This isn't the version we will need. And also, I won't not going to tell you how to install Unity in this tutorial because you can search it up on YouTube. Or you can probably figure it out yourself. Anyway, you're going to need Unity Hub to get the version of Unity that this runs in. So first of all, we'll get the version that you need. So it'll be Unity. Go to the Unity archive, since it's the download archive. You know, I'll put this in full screen to make it easier, and now we just wait for this to load. So it's in Unity 2019, and then scroll down, all the way down here. Yeah, there's a lot of versions for 2019. So here, around about now, where is it? It is this version. You need Unity Hub for this to make it more simple. I mean, you could just use it separately, but it's a lot easier to use Unity Hub. So just click Unity Hub, and then if this pops up, just click Always Allow, because, well, it's a lot easier if you want to download any other versions in the future. Then click Open Unity Hub. Then you will see here that this, and you're probably going to build support. I mean, there's a lot of different versions of build support, but the main thing you're going to want if you just want to poke around in the game files is Microsoft Visual Studio if you ever want to edit any scripts. So if you want to build, I will admit I don't know much about this. I'm not a good coder, but you're probably, if you're on Windows, then you're probably going to want to get any Windows build support. Android build support is optional, since I know a lot of people like to use Android. And obviously, if you're on a different operating system, then you're going to want different build support. But I'm on Windows 11 to be exact, so that's all I need. So just click continue. You can read these if you want. I mean, who actually reads these? But just click install, and then we will be back when that's finished installing. Okay, at some point in downloading, this might come up. It should come up as well. Basically, just want to install it, and just click install. It's pretty simple, and go through the installation process. I'll be back when it's fully finished installing. Okay, so if this comes up, then well, I can't help you there because as I said earlier, I am not good at coding. I don't know what to install. I'm pretty certain the Visual Studio Core Editor is enough for Unity. But if you know more about this than me, then one, you probably would already understand this. But if understand how to do what the tutorial's about. But if you don't, then that's fine, because I'm pretty certain that's enough. But I'm pretty certain desktop development with C++ or this Universal Windows Platform Development, I'm not sure. Probably don't need it. I am not going to install it. If I need it, I will put something in the tutorial, like an extra clip saying that you need it. So you'll see that in probably in a few seconds if it is needed. But well, this is done now, as you can see. Wow, magic! The beauty of pausing videos. Install all that. Just install, because okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, ignore what I said. Just wait. Okay, completely ignore what I said. You definitely need this one. Create game development with Unity. You definitely need that. I will, yeah. I'll remember to put that in, saying that I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm going to wait for this to install. It shouldn't take long, but I'm going to pause the recording while we wait. Okay, once it has finished installing, something like this should come up. Just sign in with your Microsoft account, because it's, well, Microsoft Visual Studio, so you need to sign in with a Microsoft account. Once you've done that, well, we will get to actually downloading Libsm64. Also, sorry if this tutorial is dragging on a bit. Okay, now that has finished and I am signed in, you can just close the Visual Studio installer. Well, and obviously, once that's installed, what we now need to get is Libsm64. I think no, I've not. I forgot to add an M. So Libsm64, 64 is a library. If you want, obviously, since we want to for Unity, we will go to Unity plugin. We've got this here, and then go to Libsm64 Unity Dev. So here is where the documentation kind of screws you over, since basically we need to clone this with Git, which reminds me we actually need to get Git, not Git bash, Git bash or just Git it, but it's either way. Download, and then obviously download it. That Windows, download for Windows, 64-bit. We probably want to use, depending on what your system is, you want to get 64-bit or 32-bit. Now, setting this up is a little bit more complicated, because you see, the problem is that this is kind of complicated. Once again, you can read through this entire thing if you really want to, but you just click next, and you can download it, but obviously wherever you want. Just like whatever hard drive you want it in. So go to the next, and then I'll just install all this because I don't understand what any of this means, but I am just going to click that. We're not going to need this one because you can just check yourself. No, next. That's fine. I mean, you can just go through all of these settings, but I am just going to click through them all. And once again, we're going to pause the recording, and I will be back with you once I've got through all of this. Okay, it is now extracting files to place. So then we just wait for that to start. So far, all we've had to do is install things, but now you don't need to view the release notes. But you can if you want to, but you don't have to. But now is when we actually have to start doing things. Since, if you can remember here, I've moved it so I can't bleed and grab it. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, okay. So now, this is where we'll paste this. But first, we want to get a folder that we want to put the actual code into. So you'll just create a new new folder. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Name it whatever you want. I'll just call it this. So then we should probably create two folders inside this, because even though it only has one piece of code here, I'll explain in a second why we need two. So just create two folders. You can name them whatever you want, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to call one of them SM64 Unity project, and the other folder, so new folder, as SM64 Unity, not Unity, just Unity package, because this one here, first of all, we're going to want to go in here because this is the code for the package. Just copy that. Then open in terminal. We're here, since it's already in here, which is useful. Normally you'd have to do CD and then get the path. Though I actually will show you that, since I have a feeling that not many people will be using Windows 11, since not many people. I'm not sure how many people use it, but if there's still any Windows 10 users, then this will be how you do it, because there's no open in terminal for some reason. So basically, you want to type CD and then space, and then drag the folder name in here, then it will come up here. So then you want to press enter. So now we're doing things inside this folder, and then obviously we've copied this, but I'll copy it again to make sure. And then just press Ctrl V. And would you look at that? We have it. We have the entire package now. And now we have that. We can just go back into this. I'm just going to drag it in for simplicity's sake, because I'm not on Windows 10, but you know how to do it. So no, we don't want to do it in here. We want to do it in project. So we want. Oh wait, I am very stupid. Bear with me here. CD grab that. Yep, that's in the correct place now. So enter. And we are now in this. So it's now we want to grab this again, but if you want to we need to change something in the name. So to make this easier, because I have nowhere else to write it down, I am just going to write it down in Notepad. Since we've already got a copy, so just Control V. There is one thing that we need to change, and also yes, I use Comic Sans. Don't judge me. I think it's a good font. You can't change my mind, so don't try. But just add dev, since that's the other repository that we saw. In fact, that's actually the repository we have here. Since this is the other one that we need, this is what it doesn't tell you. Also, before this starts, if this tutorial doesn't work for you, then I am sorry. This is what worked for me. Since then, anyway, now we can literally just copy this. And the reason we do it in Notepad instead of just pasting it in and then typing it is because you cannot actually view it. Oh no, not CD. And you can't actually view it once you get into command prompt, since it automatically runs it when you paste it for some reason. So then finally we do that, and oh boy, we have this now. And we have both these, since you can just rename these whatever you want. I'll name this. I'm just gonna name this Libsm64 package. And this one, I mean, to be honest, I don't have to delete the first bit, but it's fine. Libsm64 project. You don't have to change names if you don't want to, but I'm going to. Also, you can delete this now, and also close Notepad because we don't need it anymore. Also, and on top of that, we can close command prompt as well. So now we have the project here. We can finally re-enter Unity, and after not very long, but still what seems to be quite a while, we can finally go to that, and I'm going to blur my name out because I don't want people knowing my last name. Go to desktop, SM64 Unity, and then project, and then that, and then open. Then we wait for that to load, and then they'll take like 5 minutes the first time you load a project. So I'm going to pause, and I will be back to you. Also, if you wonder what it looks like, it will look like this, and I can't move the Unity thing. Also, if you wonder why things keep on appearing on my other screen, that's because this is my second monitor, but my desktop is too full to show you. So anyway, we have got this. It's going to take a while, so I will see you there. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, the Unity editor is now loaded. You can go and learn how to use this if you don't know how, but I will show you what you need to do in this if you just want to mess around with this. Though I would recommend learning where everything is. Plus, you can rearrange everything. Anyway, this will pop up because this is like nearly 2 years old, nearly 3 years old now. Then to skip new version because we don't need it because this is the version that this game, that Libsm64 is used for. I don't know why they use such an old version. It's probably because they started development a while ago now. But basically, before we go in this scene, for example, or try anything out, we want to go up to Window, Package Manager, and then it spawned on my other screen. But go to Add Package from Disk. Then we are going to want to go back to our desktop once again. You can see all my random games I have here. And then SM64, and then this, and then package.json. Open that and it will import. Now, oh boy, would you look at that? We've got Mario. And then also, before we go any further, I would like to point out something I really should have pointed out earlier in the video, that you need a controller for this. I don't know how to set. You can change the controls to work with like WASD and like keyboard, but I don't know how to do that. I have an idea of how to do it, but I'm not sure if it'll work, and I'm not going to cover it in this video. But once you've got this installed, you can click this, but it's already here. So then that means that you can close this sample scene, or you can open the pipe scene, but this one shows it better. Load it up, and then click play. And oh yeah, there's one thing I need to remind you of, because as you see here, we haven't got a Mario, which is a very big problem, because you can't do anything without a Mario. It basically makes everything useless. So do that, and then you are going to need to very legally get your hands on a ROM of Mario 64. If you don't have access to a free ROM, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but I'll give you a hint. You can search it, or just search SM64 ROM on the internet. You'll probably find one. But anyway, I am going to get to the ROM on my other screen, and I'll show you what to do with it once I've got to it. Well, I have it. So, as you can see here, you can get a ROM. We have it here, and then as you can see, we have the ROM here. Basically, this won't work on its own because, as it does say here, it needs to be called baserom.us.z64. You don't need to add the z64 because that's a file name extension. That's like yeah, I think you know what that means. So basically, you can literally just rename it baserom.us.z64, and then we have got it here. So then what you want to do with that is go back to Unity Hub, and we have the project here. We can go show in Explorer. It's on my C drive for some reason. But basically, oh no, I know why it's on my C drive, because this is where I store Ignore me, you can just go back to the folder where you had it originally. And then you get the base ROM and you literally just drag it in. Simple as that. Go and load Unity back up. Well, just maximize it again. Click play. We've got a Mario. But I don't know why the camera was spinning. Oh, I know why the camera's spinning. It's because I'm using a bit of a weird control. My controller's a bit weird, probably. Yeah, I'm going to go down and grab another controller for this, which should hopefully work. I will be back in a second. Okay, I am back and I have a new controller. Not a new controller, but just a different controller. Hopefully this one should work. Yep. And everything will appear to be working. And look, we are Mario in Unity. You can do everything. You can probably backwards long. You can backwards long jump. I'm just terrible at Mario 64, so I cannot. Plus, I think that's a bit too, what's it called, to backwards long jump anyway. But anyway, I've just said anyway a lot though. You now have access to this and you can poke around in the code. Also, this is supposed to have like a vertical camera, but it for some reason does not work. I don't know why. I tried to fix it yesterday, but it didn't work. But yeah, honestly, I guess that's it. You can poke around in the files. You can also have a look at the other scene as well. The other, debatably more interesting scene, should I say? Since if you go, oh, but that's the place. That's the folder we were just in. Assets. Okay, so pipe scene. This is the good scene. Yeah, here. Let's just say it's a bit chaotic. It just sort of spawns a bunch of Marios that you can control all of them, but as you can tell, the orange stuff is obviously lava or just warm Kool-Aid. But you can have a poke around in the code and see all the fun things this has to offer, as well as attempt to port this into other games. Like for example, a certain something that I've been trying to work on, porting Mario into Baldi's Basics. I mean, I've only just started it, but that's something I'm going to try and do because that's a game that's been decompiled. So I might release a video about it if I continue doing it. But this is the end of this tutorial because you now know how to set this up. So goodbye, and please subscribe because well, let's just say if you don't, my dog will cry. And with that, goodbye.